Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm your other Taekook. It's a complete boy and boy FF. If you don't like my voice, mute guys. A man who is 26 is throwing every papers on the table in front of some people's face angrily and start shouting. They were feared seeing their boss shouting at them. Some were crying and some were looking down, being scared and not daring to look up. Cat got your mouth? Speak up. I told you to finish this in 1 week and it's been 1 week and 2 days. Why you all are coming to office? I know only to gossip around, right? Get out of you all, useless people. I need this finished in 2 hours or else ready to say goodbye to your career. The man angrily shouted at the employees and they quickly went out. They hold his head frustrated. Jimin, boss is looking so angry. Jimin, yes, what should we do? If this continue, he gonna fire everyone. There a girl sat in her place close to Jimin and started crying. Jimin, hey, don't cry. Girl, Jimin, I don't know how to complete this in 2 hours. He gonna fire everyone. Boy, Jimin, boss is calling you. Girl, good luck, Jimin. Jimin, I'm doomed. Jacob, call him and tell him to come fast. Jacob, I already called him, but he is stuck in traffic. Jimin, Jacob, call Appa and tell I love them. Jimin, he isn't that cruel. After all, you are his brother. Jimin, even its brother, father, mother. If he is angry, he lashes out at everyone. Yesterday, he was too angry and lashes out on Appa, and he sat there quietly hearing everything. He knows nobody can handle except him. And his husband went to his home. We immediately called him, and then our home was in peace. No one can calm down angry Taehyung except him. Please call him again and tell him to come first. Jimin went inside and his ears bleeded hearing Tae's shouting. After that he came out and sat on his chair beside Jaehoop and kept his head on his shoulder. Jaehoop, what happened? Jimin, I regret joining in this company. Then they hear a breaking sound. Jimin and Jaehoop closed their ears and sighed. Jimin took his phone and called someone. Jimin, hello, where are you? I am here. Jimin looked and saw him running towards them. Jimin, you are late. He fired more than 20 people today. I was stuck in the traffic, Hyung. Bye, Hyung. Meet you later. Jimin nodded and went inside. The door opened and immediately met with a yelling sound, but it only lasted for a second. Taepook. They don't even do their job properly. I gave them 1 week to complete it and they didn't even do that. Where are you, baby? I need you now. Okay. Don't you know how to knock the. I stopped as looked at the door and saw my baby standing there. Okay, baby. Tae quickly come to him and hugged him softly and said, Tae, I miss you so much, baby. They all looked careless as two were new. They don't know anything as they looked at them with the mouth opened. Like seriously, 2 minutes ago, the CEO was yelling and shouting and looked very angry. Now he is talking softly and hugging someone. Hugged him and saw a group of people taking the papers that were shattered on the floor. You all can go outside. They bowed and went away. Boy, what is happening? Girl, you are new, right? That's why you don't know anything. Don't worry, you will understand after some time. That person who Mr. Kim hugged is his husband. Whole world knows Mr. Kim's anger can be only calmed down by one person, and that's his husband. Secretary of Mr. Kim. If you want to know more, ask that person. Points at Jimin. Tay, I miss you so much, baby. Tay took him and sat on the couch and hugged him tightly while he sat on his lap. Tay, I miss you so much, Ko. Jungkook, I miss you too, hubby. Jungkook circled his arms around his neck and his fingers locked with Tae's hair, softly caressing his hair. Tay let out a satisfying hum and snuggled in his neck more. Jungkook kissed his cheeks and his forehead and caressed his hair softly. He felt small butterfly kisses all over his neck and he tilted his head, giving him more access. Who tucked his head deeper into his neck, placing soft kisses over the white flesh of the young. His neck, making Jungkook shiver as he caressed his big baby's head. Jungkook, hubby, what happened? Tay said about the project. Jungkook, oh, it's fine, hubby. Look at me. My hubby needed a good rest and everything will be fine. Come, let's eat lunch. Tay shook his head, hugging him tightly. Jungkook, hubby, sternly. Tay pouted looking at his baby and Jungkook smiled kissing his pouter and took the lunch and feed him while sitting on his lap and he ate too. After that they cuddled in the couch with Tay laying on his chest, snuggling and Jungkook singing for his baby who closed his eyes feeling relaxed. Jungkook kept kissing his head and caressed his hair and Tay's hand was inside on Jungkook's shirt, caressing his smooth tummy and snuggling onto his chest, taking his sweet, alluring scent. After some time, Jungkook looked and saw Tae was sleeping. He smiled and after some time, he slowly got up, placing him on the couch and laid him comfortably. He covered him in blanket and went to the chair and sat on it. He called for the employees in the meeting room and discussed about the project. 2 hours later, Tay opened his eyes and saw he was lying on the couch. He shook his head to make his eyes side visible as he saw Jungkook sleeping on the chair. He got up and went to him, softly taking him and sat on the chair with Jungkook on his lap, who snuggled into him and smiled in the sleep, getting the warmth. He removed his coat and wrapped his baby in it and pulled him closer to his chest. He kissed his forehead softly and caressed his cheeks. Tay, thank you, baby, for being always with me. I love you so much, baby. Tay pecked his pouty lips, which jutted out, and sucked on his mole lightly. He opened his file and saw it was almost finished. The problem was solved. He felt proud at his baby. His baby bunny is so multi-talented. He smiled seeing the pouty lips of the young and continued to do his work with Jungkook on his lap. After about an hour, the baby who slept in the angry CEO's lap woke up and saw him sitting on his hubby's lap and looked at him who was staring at him. They had a good sleep? He asked softly, kissing his head. Jungkook, yes. His voice was so tiny as he just woke up from the sleep and snuggled into his embrace, loving the strawberry scent of the elder. Jungkook yawned cutely while rubbing his eyes with his sleeves of Tae's coat. Tae cawed at him and captured his lips, who was first shocked but soon kissed him back, keeping his hand on his chest. Tae pulled him closer, holding his tiny waist and kissed him, devouring his lips, and soon they broke the sweet kiss, and Jungkook kissed his nose and Tae kissed his cheeks. Jungkook, is my baby okay now? Jungkook asked, caressing his cheeks lovingly. Tae, yes, baby. Jungkook, okay, let me go and finish my work. Jungkook was about to stand up, but Tae tightened his grip around his waist and pulled him back while shaking his head. Jungkook, I shall be. I have so many work to do. Tae, no, sit here, baby, please. Jungkook, hubby. Tae, then do it from here, please. Jungkook, okay, then let me go and take the files. Tae, okay, but come fast. Jungkook, okay, hubby. Jungkook kissed his forehead and went to take the files. He had to take some important files from the locker. He went out and saw everyone looking at him. Jimin, Cookie, is everything fine? Jungkook, yes, Jimin, everything is fine. Jimin, oof, thank God he broke my ear with his annoying voice. Jungkook, what are you saying, Jimin? His voice is sweet like honey, Jimin. That's because he never shout or yell at you. He only uses the sweet honey voice for you, teases. Jungkook, yeah, stop it, Jimin, I'm going. Jimin, go, otherwise he gonna give me a huge lecture for talking to you. Jungkook blushed thinking about his perceived hubby and went to the cabin and saw Tae sulking. But after he saw Jungkook, his face lighted up like illuminating bulb with the huge boxy smile decorated on his handsome face. He got towards Tae, who immediately pulled him in his arms and sniffed his neck and purred. Jungkook, I sometimes feel like you are alpha or something. Tae, is it? Then you are my sweet, pretty Omega. Jungkook, I am become pretty by your love, hubby. Tae, my sweet cheeks. Tae kissed his forehead. Tae, I love you, baby. Jungkook, I love you too, hubby. Tae hugged and kissed his cheeks. It's now late night. Taekook are doing their work while Jungkook is still on Tae's lap and Tae kept kissing his neck. After their work, both closed their laptop and Tae hugged him tightly and Jungkook chuckled at his hubby while stretching his arms. Jungkook, hubby. Jungkook felt a cold hand roaming inside his shirt. He held his neck while Tae's lips went to his shoulder blade and kept kissing his soft skin, and Jungkook let him do anything. Tae kept kissing his neck, jaws, and bit his earlobe and kissed his cheeks. And both stared at each other and kissed him, who let him take control, and Tae turned him around and kissed him. He bit his lips softly and took him, placing him on the table and stood up. They kissed sweetly, and Tay made him lay on the table and kissed him, while his hands roamed on his body, remembering every curse of his husband. Jungkook tapped him on his shoulder as Tay broke the kiss, and looked down and saw Jungkook laying on the table with hooded eyes, swollen red lips, cheeks painted red, and few tears on his cheeks. His neck filled with and messy hair which pasted on his forehead because of the sweat, and his mouth were lightly parted open, and his hands on Tae's chest, his chest heaving up and down, trying to take breath. Tae kissed his small and forehead and took him like a collar in his arms and went out. Jungkook opened his eyes and saw he was lying on the bed. He yawned and sat up and looked beside him and found it empty. He wiped his eyes and get down the bed wearing slippers. He was wearing Tae's white shirt, which reached up to his mid-thigh. He went downstairs and his nose heated with a delicious smell. He went to the kitchen and saw his husband making something. He smiled while standing there and went to him, hugging him from behind and kissed his bare back. Tay smiled when two small hands wrapped around his waist. Tay, how was your sleep, baby? Jungkook, good. Jungkook muttered, snuggling in his back. Tay turned him around, pulling him in front, and placed him on the counter, who smiled at him, and Tay handed over him a cold coffee, who took it and sipped on it. Jungkook's eyes were wide, drinking it. Jungkook, it's so tasty, hubby. Tay smiled at him and continued making dinner. A week passed. Jungkook went to his home as his Amma called him to come. Tay told that he will drop him, but Jungkook told him to go to company as today he have an important meeting. Jungkook was spending his time with his Amma and she missed him. After some time, Jungkook got a call as he took it. Jungkook, yes, Jimmy Hyun, what happened? Jimin, come to office fast. Jungkook, what happened, Jimin? Worried. Jimin, Tay is beating Mr. Lee and he isn't stopping. He might die. Jungkook, come fast. Jungkook quickly went to the office as he was worried for Tay. He entered inside the meeting room and saw Mr. Lee laying on the floor, unconscious, and all the people were looking at Tay, who is beating another person, while so many broken things. He went to Tay but whimpered when he stumbled and fell down as a piece of glass pierced in his arms and blood flowing out. Flashback, Tay Pop. My baby said his Amma called. I told him I will also come, but he said go to the company and he will join me soon. Meeting started. It's so boring without my baby. Mr. Lee. So, Mr. Kim, how's the project? Tay nodded. Mr. Lee, where is your secretary? Tay looked at him confusingly. Tay, why are you looking for my husband? Coldly. Everyone was looking at him wide, thinking how dumb he is. Mr. Lee, actually, Mr. Kim, he has a good body. We can earn so much money from him. So many are ready to buy him. So, you know what I mean? Before he speak another word, his fake tooth was on ground, rolling as a hard punch come to his face. He fell down holding his mouth as his lips were bleeding. He looked at Tay with wide eyes and gulped, seeing the man clutching his hands tightly while his eyes were red due to anger. He gulped and immediately his head got hit on the wall, and his fake hair was already thrown away. He beated him so much and he pleaded to leave him. Tay, you dare to say about my husband? I'm not that kind of sick to sell my husband. He's my everything, my love. You dare to come here and say this? You, I'm gonna kill you now. Mr. Lee, please leave me. I will not come here again. Present. Tay, baby. He wide his eyes seeing Django sitting on the floor while a glass piece pierced in his arms. He quickly went to him and held him. Tay, call the doctor. Baby, teary eyes. Oh my god, it's bleeding. Django, Tay, stop crying. I'm fine. Please don't cry. Tay, it's bleeding, baby. Cracked voice. Django, hey, it's fine. Tay removed the glass piece slowly while blowing air. For Django, it's a small cut and of course it pains. But seeing his subby taking care of him made him feel lucky as how lucky he is to have Tay in his life. Tay took him in bridal style and make him lay on the couch. Soon daughter come and treated him and went. Taekook were in Tay's office while Tay blowing his wound again and again with teary eyes. Jangu hubby, stop it now, I'm fine. Tay, it's because of me, baby, it's all because of me. Jangu, what are you saying, hubby? Jangu asked, confused and not understanding anything. Tay, if I didn't throw those things, you wouldn't have been hurt, Tay said, sobbing on his lap. Jangu, hubby, look at me, it's not your fault. Stop saying that, okay? Tay, no, it's my fault, you get hurt. Jangu, Aish, my big baby, look at me, tell me what happened. Tay said everything to him. Jangu covered his face and pulled him in a soft kiss. Tay, I will not leave him, I will kill him. Tay said in an angry voice. Jangu hugged him tightly as Tay made him sit on his lap. Jangu, hubby, stop crying. If you cry, I will cry too. Tay wiped his eyes, looking at him and said, Tay, no, hubby isn't crying, baby. Don't cry, okay? Tay said, kissing his head. Months later, Mr. Lee already got bankrupt and he's behind the bars now. Tay looked at his baby, who was sleeping on the seat. He held his hands into his and kissed his knuckles softly. They were riding inside a forest to a secret house. Tay covered the younger, who was sleeping peacefully. Jangu woke up after some time and looked at Tay, who looked at him. Jangu, we didn't reach it. Tay, no baby, have to go few more. Jangu nodded, looking outside, enjoying the calming presence of the nature. They reached there as Tay get out and went to his side and took him outside and went inside the house. Jungkook's eyes were glittering seeing the house. It was so beautiful. He excitedly started jumping in his arms. They went to the washroom and took a bath and slept as they were tired. It's morning as Jungkook woke up and saw he was sleeping on Tae's chest. He smiled seeing his handsome husband and kissed his cheeks and got up and went to the balcony. He smiled when the cold wind hit his body. He crossed his arms on his chest and smiled widely when a veiny hand wrapped on his waist tightly. And he tilted his head left when he nuzzled on his neck. Tay, you smell so sweet, baby. Jango smiled and gave him more access And they stood there in peaceful silence, enjoying each other in their arms. Jung is now making breakfast while his clingy husband bag hugging him, telling him why he leave him on the bed. It's second day. On first day, they cuddled and watched some movies. Now Tae is sulking as he didn't get his morning kiss. Jung, come here, Abhi. Jung pecked his lips again and again and turned to make breakfast. But he gasped when he was pinned onto the kitchen counter and was met with their lips on his. Jung circled his arms around his neck while kissing him back as Tae's hands got a tight grip around his waist and they kissed messily. Tae took the honey and rubbed it over his neck and kissed his neck. Okay, that's it, guys. Rest imagine yourself. After eating breakfast, Jung spotted a waterfall close to the house and immediately wanted to go there. They quickly dressed up and went there. Jungkook, it's so awesome. Jungkook said and jumped in the water and started playing. Tae, baby, careful. Jungkook, hubby, come. Jungkook went to him and pulled him inside the water, immediately splashing water on his face. Tae, Aish baby, Tae said and he also splashed water on him. Both were fully drenched in water. They sat in the water with Jungkook in between his legs and talking and enjoying their time. Jungkook, hubby, if I ask you something, will you do it? Tae, what is it, baby? Jungkook, I want you to control in your anger, hubby. Tae looked at him softly and kissed his forehead. Jungkook, hubby, please do it for me. I know it isn't easy, but we can try, right? I will be with you, hubby. I will help you to control it. It's not good for your health. Tay, I will, baby. But if someone dare to say anything about you, I cannot control. Jungkook, I won't stop you from that, hubby. Tay smiled and pulled him in a kiss. Tay, I love you, baby. Jungkook, I love you too, hubby. Check description for link. Tay started controlling in his anger. But it isn't that easy. But for his baby, he will do anything. He stopped shouting at his father, which was Jungkook glad of, and they are doing it great. Jungkook told him not to force himself and there is no hurry. We can take everything slowly. Whenever he went out of control, Jungkook was there with him like always and calm him down. Tae is doing everything for his baby. Because of his anger, he unintentionally hurt his baby. So he wanted to control it. That's why he is taking control on his anger just for his baby. His baby is telling him to do it, and how can he deny it? Tae took Jungkook in his arms, placing him on the leg. It was just both of them, nobody else. The end. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like my story, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to comment, guys. See you in next story. Bye bye.